Hello and welcome to Colleague 7 Sprint Review for 17.11.01. This is for the development undertaken between the 1st of November to the 14th of November. Starting with the sprint goal, and we're continuing to enhance and refine the search based on client feedback and to complete phase 2 of the right to consent GDPR work. Looking at the high level items and to explain further, in this sprint and as per the sprint goal, our focus has been on the search and applying a number of features and fixes in this area. This includes incorporating an include lever option into the contact search, adding the found column option for use when combining search results, ensuring that yes/no fields display correctly within the search criteria options. We've investigated the necessary work to implement the rank option into the search, and this will be part of a future sprint. We've also updated attachment lists and inline CV link lists to indicate when a document is the default document within that list. And we've undertaken the web service related works as part of our GDPR right to consent feature. This was phase 2 of the project, and as the nature of the work consists of back-end web service updates, we won't be able to go through a demo on this today, but the final phase of this feature will be in the next sprint and we can go through everything then. Sadly, due to sickness, we fell a little behind in this sprint, and that resulted in us needing to drop the duration option when creating diary appointments. This is to say that you would have the ability to enter the end date and time of a diary entry and stipulate a default duration. Apologies, this will be part of the next sprint. We'll now go through a short demonstration on the key features from this sprint. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to cover was the found column. So this is the option that was available in version 6 and has basically been pending in terms of its transition to Colleague 7 as a feature in the search. So the found column essentially helps you to differentiate records when you're combining search results together. What we'll do just to start with is just to go through where that found column is found. So off the options list within the search, found is an available column in here. So you'll find it within all of the fields that are available to be included as part of an option within the search results. But if you put found column as your first column and obviously have that ticked, then when we do a search, we'll see that found column in place. So just going back now, if we just type in some criteria, we'll do a search term of account manager, and I'll tick those ones to search through. So what you'll see is 33 results coming through there, and obviously we could have entered in any criteria along here. If we hit show results, you'll see this found column that's been added. So an exclamation mark basically means that the record was part of the original search that was run, which is obviously with the search we've just done. So if we hide those results now, and let's change this criteria, let's change that to London and manager. Appreciate this was fairly simplistic searching, but it's for the purposes of the demo. So now we can see obviously that there's 58 results found. If we hit show results, we're going to get a question asking us, do you want to combine this search with your existing search? So we hit yes on that, and as you can see from here now, you can sort by the found column. And for instances of a green tick, that's for any record that was part of both search results, so the original one and the one we've just done. Scrolling down, we've also got an exclamation mark, which is obviously the results from the original search that we did at the beginning. And any other record is essentially any new record that's been added by adding that new criteria in. And we can keep going with this. We can do it again. Let's do, say, project manager, say, and now we've got 75 results, and we hit show results. It'll ask, do we want to combine these results with the existing search? We hit yes again. And if we hit no, it would obviously do a fresh result with whatever you searched on. But by hitting yes, now you can see the found column. It's including those search results within this list. All instances of a tick is going to be results that obviously were part of the last search result and also the new search result that you've run. So again, these are more records that are obviously qualified based on the criteria you've searched against. And obviously if we scroll down further, so search results getting a bit long, if I do it to 100 here, you can see that there's still some that were part of the original search, and you've obviously got some new records in there that weren't part of either search as well. So that helps just to differentiate the records up, so that when you're doing multiple searches on top of one another, constantly refining the search, you can see which records were part of which search layer, so to speak. But that's the found column that's been added there. Okay, so the next feature I wanted to cover was the include lever option that's been added to the contact search. So those familiar with include lever will know it from the contact record, or company record, sorry, and that is that obviously you have your list of contacts available. And you have an option for include levers. And if you tick include levers, it's going to include any contact record that's defined as a lever against that company. So that's a contact record that has an end date against that company, or that you've run the markers lever functionality against that contact record. And obviously you can untick to remove them, or tick them to have them displayed there. So what we've done, if we go to a contact search, what we've done is basically introduced that option to the criteria settings. So there's the include lever option. So by default, levers will be exempt from a contact search, and then if you want to include levers for more historical based searching perhaps, then there is an option for obviously ticking that include lever for that record to display. So just to give you an idea how that would work, if I just do a quick search on David for that record that we were looking at a second ago. So we've got obviously a list of contacts here with the full name of David. Using that found column, you can obviously see the exclamation there, and then if we were to go to our criteria settings and tick include lever, you can see that the found has now changed to 12. I'll hit show results, combine that with the existing result, and you can see that some levers have been added, and I've included the end date as a column here to illustrate that. So these are levers that have obviously now been added to the search result. So levers will be exempt from a contact search as standard, and if you want to include them, you need to tick include levers. And that's the update that's been made there. Okay, the last point relates to the attachments list, and how you can now see the default document in the attachments list now. So to explain what I mean by that, off the documents tab of any of the main entities, you have this list of available documents, and the default document will be in bold. The default document is defined by this tick box that you see here. So if you wanted to set it to perhaps a different record and set that as the default document, then obviously that is now put in bold rows. The other one is not, but let's set that back to bold. I'll set that back to default even. And essentially from the attachments lists, and also from the inline CV link lists, when you have an instance where you are looking to attach a file from a record, it's now basically added to the attachments list which one is the default document. So you can see here against this record, you've got default written there and in square brackets against there, just as a visual aid to advise you which document is the default document against that list. And that obviously works against all entities when you're dealing with a scenario where when you're sending an email from that entity and you're looking to attach a document to it. And that's the work that we've done there. Another key point to raise is that we've been working on updating our data dictionary. This is to ensure that all the necessary merge field options are available to you. This includes the addition of missing fields, but also some custom additions as well. For example, the candidate entity, against that you'll have a address merge field, which will pull through the address in its entirety. You'll also have a skills merge field, which will pull through the candidate's skills separated by a comma. Against a contact and company record, you'll also notice merge fields for current requirements and also current placements as well. As always, if you have any queries or feedback, please get in touch. I'll be keen to hear from you. Also, for those using Colleague 7, feel free to submit your enhancement requests via the user voice integration. The next video will be the sprint plan for 17.11.02, and as always, this will contain a high-level overview on the items we intend to work on during this sprint. Thanks for watching.